Howdy folks. So today is day 6 and I'm really hopped up about this one because, well, hey, before I get into this, there's a couple of things. And one of the things is that some people have asked me about notifications on Facebook Live and it seems very inconsistent. So I'm going to give you the two ways in which I know how to do it. So this way you get the notification if you're watching that replay. If you're watching this on your phone, look into the upper right corner. I don't know if I'm pointing to the proper one, but look into the upper right corner. There should be a little down arrow. If you click that, there might be something there that says, turn on notifications. If you don't see that, go to your desktop and look at this post, look for that same down arrow and turn on notifications. Those are the only two ways I know how to do it, folks. So before I jump into this one, I'm just going to see if this is working. I see some people coming on. Jamie, Anthony, hey, how's it going, guys? Just going to share this link out. Before I jump into this, all right, looks like we've got everything going here. So, hey, Keith, yeah, well, at least you're in this time, right? Hey, Jamie, nice to see you again. So, this is why I'm so excited about this one, right? This is day 6 of the 22 ways in which you can automate your freelance business. And we've talked a lot about the, hey Billy, click the video. Is that how you get the notification? There seems to be so many different ways in order to turn on notifications for Facebook Live. I think they're rolling something out, to be honest. Anyway, this is day 6, right, of 22 ways in which you can automate your freelance business. And this one is a little different. It's different because most people will never do it, right? They just don't. I don't know why. Maybe because they haven't really focused in on the client, which we already spoke about, and focused in on their solution. And when you're general, it's very hard to do this. So I'm talking about onboarding, right? And this wasn't really on the schedule until about, I don't know, I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, right? So a few days down the line. But I pushed it forward because I just saw an interview. Hey, sorry, cat. I just saw an interview with Michael Gerber of the E-Myth, right? And he just came out with Beyond the E-Myth. And that's another book. I already bought it. Got to read that one. So he said that it's not about lead generation. Hold on a second. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, it was a great interview, Jamie. He said that when he was asked about how to better qualify leads, right? He basically replied back with something that I've always been doing, and that's why I'm so excited about it, is because it's awesome to hear that you're doing things right. Right? The thing is, he said that it's not really that lead generation is the key. It's that it's client fulfillment that's the key, right? So it was so awesome to hear Michael Gerber say this, because here's the thing, right? We're always so hopped up on getting more leads, getting more faces, getting more eyeballs on what we have to sell, right? But once we do that, what happens with that client or that customer, right? So for me, the thing that I learned a long time ago is have an onboarding process. When you sign up for Netflix the first time, or you sign up for a service online for the first time, a really high-end service, right? Sometimes it's not even high-end, but they kind of walk you through the steps in order how to use it, right? That's an onboarding sequence. In the service industry, you don't see it very often, right? Sometimes you'll get maybe a checklist or something like that, things to do to work with me kind of stuff, right? But when I talk about an onboarding sequence, I mean basically nurture that client through the next month or so that they first start working with you. And here's why, right? So if you like what I'm saying, let's try to get some people in there. I'd appreciate any likes, or if you want to go ahead and share, I would greatly appreciate that too. I do see that, and I will of course acknowledge it and greatly appreciate that as well. So here's the thing, right? Onboarding. When you get a client, don't hold that excitement of getting that new client into yourself. They are just as excited to work with you as you are with them, right? So share that excitement with them. Let them know that you are excited to work with them, right? Not that you just took their payment and okay, here we go, right? You want to be able to set those expectations with the client as soon as they come online, right? Or come on board with you, right? Let them know when their next win is. And here's how you do it. It's so simple. We already talked about signing up for an email platform a couple days ago, right? So, hey, here's where you use it. Right? You've got their email address, tag them. They're a client, customer. Boom. Now all of a sudden they get an email campaign, and you've kind of shaped that campaign to how you work with them, right? I send out 7 or 8 emails over the course of a month. And it's all about setting those expectations. And when they sign on with you, and as soon as they become a customer, you send them that first thank you email and, okay, this is how we're going to start working together, right? You don't overwhelm them, but it looks professional. They've basically given you the deposit, and now they're getting instant emails from you, right? So that's the first thing. Start with being able to set those expectations with the client. You're fulfilling what the client wants you to do. You're taking care of, hey Jackie, hey Troy, great interview. I loved it. And that quote, oh, it's so powerful, right? For me, onboarding, that's what it is. It's client fulfillment. Anybody that knows me knows that I love to take care of my clients on a personal level. Even take care of my leads on a personal level, right? So, and that's what it's really all about. I don't do many things at scale. So the second thing that it allows you to do in this onboarding sequence that you've crafted up, and now you've automatically just put them into it immediately. You don't have to worry about sending them an email a few days later. The email platform takes care of that for you. Second thing is you can intermix things in those emails, asking them questions. Why did they hire you? What was it about you that convinced them to buy you instead of somebody else? There's plenty of other options out there, right? Once you have that answer, then you know exactly what to turn around and market yourself on, because as soon as you start seeing those common things coming through, that's all about, right? That's what you capitalize on. You can also ask them things like, hey, we've been working together for 2 weeks now. Just wanted to touch base, see if there's any concerns, questions, anything you want to talk about. Let me know. Just reply. Simple one-liner. And they love it, right? Some clients of mine say, hey, is this automated? I just spoke with you. And sometimes, yes, a little egg on your face. Don't worry about it though, right? It is what it is, and it shows that level of professionalism. And that leads me to step 3, is that most will never do this. And you know why they won't do it? Because they won't take the time to define their client and their solution and be able to talk to them and allow them to, craft those emails that onboard your clients. Hey Ryan, thanks for popping in. And being able to craft the emails, know what the questions that they're going to ask, know what to ask them for, right? You're going to need information from them, whether that's, if you're a designer, you might need their current logo, or if you're a writer, you might need an outline of what you're writing for, right? So all of these things, you got to know what you need in order to work with them. But also set those expectations. Let them know when their very first win is going to happen. Right? So again, if you have any questions, I would love to hear them. If you want to go ahead and share this, bring other people into this, that'd be great. We have a few people on here now. So go ahead, pop in the comments. I'd love to hear any questions you have. If you want to send me some emojis, I'd appreciate that too. How's it going, Nancy? All right, no questions on onboarding? Is everybody doing onboarding? That's what I want to know. I know that there's a little bit of a delay. So pop in the comment section, do you have an onboarding sequence? And it's about, I think it's about a 10 or 15-second delay, so I'm going to wait. I want to hear. I mean, that's the thing for me, an onboarding sequence. Once I started doing that with clients, they really thought that I was on top of what I can provide to them, right? So Billy says, so is this primarily in regards? In regards to what, Bill? So, I mean, basically all of this is about onboarding your clients. So Bill says, so is this to physical products or any sorts of online marketing and sales? Well, it pertains to everything, right? Keith says, yes, but not 100% perfect. Going through the system piece by piece. Awesome, Keith. That's great. You definitely want to keep going. You have to go piece by piece. I'm still tailoring mine, and I've been using my onboarding sequence for years now. To answer Bill's question, this pertains to anything, right? So if you have a physical product that you sell online that needs some sort of customer nurturing as soon as they buy it, go ahead. You're just going to elevate yourself amongst all of your other competitors. As far as services goes, I know most service-oriented people, web developers, designers, SEO, PPC people, online marketers, they don't do this kind of thing. Even photographers, right? It's so easy to sit down. You know what you need, right? You know what you need from your customers. Sit down, write it in a list. Don't overwhelm your customers. That's the point here, right? That's why it's a sequence. I have 7 or 8 emails. Filter them, right? Don't dump a whole list of things that you need, but really just figure out what it is that you do, and piece by piece, filter in the things that you need. Keith says, I'm onboarding 3 clients shortly, so good practice. Yeah, when I use the system, the feeling is so relaxing because I know I've covered all the bases and I appear more professional. Definitely. That's the thing, Keith, right? When you have an onboarding sequence, you know you're asking for the things that you need. So it's getting covered, right? You might not need it all right away, and that's why you kind of filter it out, but you know you've got it. And then when you need that information, you don't have to go back and look and ask the client for it. So yes, definitely, 100% Keith. And that's the thing. So I just want to kind of wrap this up because this wasn't a long one. And this one is a passion of mine too, because I mean, I've written about it on my blog, other people's blogs, spoken about it a lot. I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's so easy to do, and you elevate your service so much higher than everybody else because most people don't do it, right? Hey, Michael Gerber says to do this. So if Michael Gerber, if it's good enough for him, it's definitely good enough for me, right? So here's the thing, the 3 things, right? An onboarding sequence will allow you to be able to set those expectations with clients and tell them exactly when their first win is. Secondly, it allows you to be able to learn things about your sales process and what you can market to. You can just plain out ask them, why did you hire me? I mean, with all the other options out there in the world, I'm just curious and I want to make sure that I deliver on what you expect me to deliver on, right? That's it. That's all you have to say. And they will be glad to tell you. And why not? This is valuable information for you. And lastly, most will never do this. And they won't do it because they haven't defined their ideal client. They haven't figured out their solution that they're providing to that client. And essentially, they can't automate anything, or they can't figure out how to focus in on and serve them in a better light. So I would love to, hey Lisa, how's everything going, Lisa? um, so yeah, so that's it. I would encourage you, right? So it's not about the lead generation. It's about the client fulfillment, right? I would love for you to join the Sustainable Freelancer Facebook group. You can go to res.com/Facebook and take part in our weekend poll. I flat out ask you, do you have an onboarding sequence? No, yes, and go ahead, leave some comments. I'm sure it's going to be a good one because we're going to share what we each do, right? And we're going to all learn from each other. So go ahead and do so. If you haven't joined already, go ahead, just join res.com/Facebook. Otherwise, hop in there. Let's get that conversation going around onboarding. And if you read the E-Myth, then definitely you have to go and get Beyond the E-Myth. Just came out. So that's just, hey, that's above and beyond. I haven't read it yet. I just got it. So thanks. And definitely have a fantastic weekend. And it's your time to feast.